Hello everyone. So today we will talk about the fire isolating valves. So I will go with a point-to-point explanation. I will focus on the point that surveyor asked in MMD examination basically. So there is a lot of confusion regarding this question. So many of like having doubts like how many numbers are there, what is the purpose of this, which ship does it have, why we have it, what place we have it, if there will be no fire isolating valve, there will what will be the consequences on board ship. So what are the SOLAS regulation for related to this isolating valve? So these questions will be cleared in this video. So first of all, fire isolating valve. If I will talk about fire isolating valve, so this valve will be at a ship, on a ship which is having a two numbers of independent fire pump. So first point you should know about the fire isolating valve. Any ships if having its two number of independent fire pump means if there is a two number of pump, if I will take example is two number of pump, these two must be driven by a separate source of driving force. If this is number one pump, this is number two pump, these both pumps should be driven by a separate means of motor or separate means of driving force. Both should not have a same driving force, so that we can say that it is an independent fire pump. And also it will have a separate suction point, and it will have a separate suction point. So this in case of emergency fire pump, if we will take example at number 2 is an emergency fire pump, in that case this separate suction point will be from a separate sea chest. This I will clear in a next video or some other video the regulation related to the emergency fire pump. Just for now, isolating valve is required whenever there is a two numbers of any of the fire pump which is independent. So we require a isolating valve. Now second criteria is that based on the GRT of a ship. So if we will talk about a cargo ship, the ship which is carrying a cargo, if we will go for that, in that case if that GRT is more than or equal to 1000, if the ship is having the GRT which is more than or equal to 1000, then we need two numbers of independent pump. Now by this we can say if the GRT of a ship is more than 1000, then we need isolation valve, because isolation valve's requirement is like that if you are having any two independent pump on your boat ship fire pump, then you require isolation valve. Now what is the criteria to follow up on board ship for the independent pumps or fire pumps? So it just said that you must have the independent pumps two numbers when the cargo ships is having its GRT more than or equal to 1000. Now in case if that GRT is less than 1000, then you need then in that case also you need two pumps, but only one should be independent. Two pumps will be there, but one is required to be independent. Both is not required to be independent. So in that case, in this criteria, if the GRT of a vessel is more than or equal to 1000, then there is a two numbers of independent fire pump. If there is two number of independent fire pumps, in that case we need a isolation valve. So we need a isolation valve in case of cargo ships when there is a more than or equal to 1000 GRT. In same thing, if passenger ship, if you will see passenger ships, it's not important for us, then also we should know what is the criteria of the passenger ships. If the GRT is more than or equal to 4000, then we need a three numbers. Here we need a more number of independent pump, because there is a loss of life chances is more on passenger ships because we are carrying a passengers. And in case if this GRT is less than 4000, then we need a 2 numbers. Okay, so this is a criteria for passenger ships to have an independent fire pump on board ship as per the SOLAS regulation. Now, as per the SOLAS regulation, if any ships are having 2 independent fire driven pump, in that case we need a isolation valve. Now we will go for the isolation valve. Simple definition, if someone will ask you about definition of isolation valve, so what is the definition for that? That's very important, because the surveyor will ask you what do you understand by a isolation valve or a fire isolation valve. Sometime it will be mentioned like fire isolation valve. So as we know, on board ship we are having a fire main system. So that fire main system will be divided into a masonry space, and the secondary will be your accommodation, deck, etc. So this fire main will be divided into 2 major spaces. First space is a masonry space and the second space is your accommodation deck area. So in that case, simply we have to isolate this 2 place. So we'll give one valve here. So this is called fire isolation valve. So we want a system like that in case there is a fire in accommodation or a deck area. If we use another independent pump which is outside the engine room. Okay, so first I will explain you the definition. So the definition is like the isolating valve separate the section of the fire main. Fire main is in body we are having a veins which is running throughout the body which carries your blood. So just like fire main will be carrying a extinguishing medium as a seawater throughout the length of a ship for extinguishing a fire. In that case, that this complete vein structure or complete pipeline structure is called fire lane system. In that case, if we will talk about the definition in simple, so that isolation valve will separate the section of a fire main within the masonry space containing main fire pumps and the rest fire line. So it will isolate. I will give you some brief idea. So here you can see this is an engine room. This down I will consider as an engine room. So this is an engine room. Now on top we will consider a deck area or a accommodation area. Okay, and here we will have a emergency fire pump room. Emergency fire pump room. Now let us example, this is a uppermost deck and below that we are having a engine room, and here we have a pumps. Okay, so it's a fire pump over there. Okay, so now what is going to happen, here we are having a fire control station. This is your fire control station. Fire control station will be situated always outside of your engine room masonry space. Okay, it will having all the panels and everything to control all the firefighting system on board ship. So here is a fire pump. One is a fire and bilge pump we can say, and this is a fire and GS pump. So from here it is going to fire control room, and here we are having one valve. Now when this water is going from this direction, sorry, this is top. So this both fire pump discharge will be going to the fire main system. So now from this branch we are having all engine room hydrants. All engine room hydrants we have. Okay, and this is a branch for that, and top we are having this area is your all hydrants on deck or accommodation, both area we have. Now this valve is there Now we are having an emergency fire pump over here. So emergency fire pump we are having over here. This is also supplying water to the fire control room. Just take an example. Here is a discharge valve, here is a suction valve, and it is having its suction from a separate sea chest. This is your sea chest. This is not a common sea chest which is for this. This too is connected to a common sea chest. This sea chest is different, and this sea chest is different. Okay, this is separate one as per the regulation of SOLAS for the emergency fire pump, and this is your emergency fire pump. Now here from this area it is going to main deck. This is going to main deck. So fire and GS pump giving supply from here, it is going to like this, it is going to the fire control station, and finally it is going to the main deck. So here we have one more valve. Now this fire pump, emergency fire pump, will go and give a connection to this one like this. Okay, now there is one more system which is called foam system over there. For tankers we are having a foam system, deck foam system, fixed type. This also needs a water in a proportionator so that it can generate a foam. Okay, proportionator will take one tapping from a chemical tank, and there will be a flowing of seawater through the venturi, and there is a mixing of a foam, and then we generate a foam, and then we deliver to the deck. Okay, so it is this is generating a foam and giving to the foam monitor. It is giving to the foam monitor. We understand this one. Now what is happening from here? We are supplying from fire and GS pump, and now it is going to this section, fire control station, and finally it is exiting through the this bulkhead and going to the main deck or to the accommodation, any place. Okay, now here is also one valve, and here is also one valve. There is two valve. One valve is here, one valve is here. So this also need a foam fixed type, also need a water, seawater. So there is also a valve, this one, 3. So totally we can see there is a 3 valve. So this one can be called as deck isolating valve. Deck isolating valve. This one you can say it is called a main engine room isolating valve, and this one you can say foam isolating valve. So these 3. Now what I am trying to say, in case, what does isolating valves criteria says, like first criteria is if you are having a 2 independent pump, fire pump, you need a isolating valve. For 2 independent pump, your GRT must be more than 1000 or equal to 1000, then your ship must have a 2 independent driven pump. Second one. Now the third one is isolating valve. What's its function? Actually function is it is separating the section of a fire main which is inside your masonry space. So it is basically separating an engine room space, which is masonry space, and your main deck and accommodation. These 3 places it is separating. Now take an example. If I started this emergency fire pump, when we started this emergency fire pump, the flow will be like this. It will go and it will go and it will go and it will go like this. So if we will stop, if we will close this valve, there is no chances that this water will flow in this direction to the engine room, right? It will not go for the engine room hydrants. So all the waters will go to this area, to the main deck, to the accommodation, because we have to fight a fire on a main deck or accommodation. We don't need any water in the engine room. So this will help you to isolate the engine room. So this is called a main engine room isolating.